Welcome back to the deep dive. Our mission today, well, it's pretty focused on one really ambitious project we found in the sources, Cardian, KRN. And this isn't just, another crypto coin or another online store. The materials we looked at describe Cardian as potentially a whole paradigm shift, like a completely new way to think about global purchasing.
Yeah, and we should probably define it right off the bat. Because Cardin fundamentally is about fusion. It calls itself the world's first open source, blockchain-based global purchasing platform. But the key is it's deliberately trying to merge three pretty complex technologies.
Okay, what are they?
So you've got blockchain for the basic infrastructure, artificial intelligence for the, intelligence layer, and the metaverse for the immersive experience.
Right, the trifecta.
Mhm.
And when you look at what they're promising, lower prices, significantly lower transaction fees, faster global delivery, a completely seamless buying process. It almost sounds like they listed every single headache you have with international shopping and said, we'll fix that.
Pretty much. It's ambitious, to say the least.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start at the foundation. Trust and the currency itself.
Right. You need both for commerce. So Cardin, the KRN token, that's designed as the native currency. It's the main way you access the protocol.
But they know not everyone's holding KRN, right?
Exactly. For mass adoption, you need flexibility. So they've also built this pretty sophisticated blockchain payment gateway. It lets you use major coins like Bitcoin, ETH, BNB.
Okay, the payment gateway makes sense. You got to meet people where they are. But the real promise of the blockchain here, as the sources really stress, is tackling that whole trust issue in online shopping, like fake sellers, bad products.
Yeah, the lack of accountability. If you buy from some random international seller now, you're basically relying on the platform, maybe a huge centralized company, to step in if things go wrong.
And that platform often has its own interests, maybe protecting its merchants.
Correct. Cardin's approach is decentralization. Your credibility as a merchant, your entire transaction history, it's not hidden away on some private server. It gets recorded directly onto the blockchain.
Ah, so it's public, immutable.
Immutable is the key word. It creates this lasting credibility system. If a merchant consistently sends out junk or takes forever to ship, that record is essentially burned onto the ledger. No one can just delete it.
That idea, that not even Cardin itself can just scrub a bad record. That's powerful. It really is kind of the ultimate trustless trust. But hang on, let me push back a bit.
Okay.
If credibility is based on transactions, couldn't bad actors just game that?
Yeah.
Make hundreds of tiny, legit-seeming sales just to build up a good score, then pull off a huge scam.
That's always the challenge with decentralized reputation, right? The sources suggest the solution is layered. It's not just transaction volume, it's also the quality of feedback, the on-chain dispute records, all feeding into the score. And crucially, the system apparently needs verified delivery and transaction completion before updating the score. That makes it really expensive and time-consuming for scammers to try and fake a good reputation through lots of small, high-effort deals.
Right, raises the cost of being a scammer. Okay, that makes sense. Now let's pivot back to the currency itself, KRN. There's this thing called the Kvardin Currency Exchange Protocol, QCEP.
Yes, QCEP.
The promise is exchanging KRN for other cryptos at the most advantageous exchange rates. Sounds good, but every exchange says they have good rates. What's supposed to make QCEP different?
Well, from what the sources indicate, QCEP isn't just an internal swap tool. To actually get those most advantageous rates, it seems designed to tap into aggregated liquidity pools. Think external decentralized exchanges, DEXs.
So it's like a smart router.
Essentially, yeah. It acts like a rate aggregator, scanning multiple platforms in real time to find and execute the swap, where the effective rate, factoring in all the fees, is genuinely the best available for the user at that specific moment. That kind of real-time optimization is what supposedly sets it apart.
Got it. Utility, flexibility, key for adoption.
Okay, let's move smoothly then to the second big pillar, artificial intelligence. This isn't just a minor feature. It seems like the core intelligence layer for both shopping and the back-end operations.
Definitely.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
AI is tackling two major things here, security and logistics. On the security side, we just talked about verifying the merchant. AI helps verify the product, or at least the feedback about it. We've all seen those reviews that just scream fake.
Oh, yeah. 5 stars, generic praise, totally suspicious.
Exactly. Kvardin says it uses advanced AI models to analyze, validate, even authenticate product reviews.
So the AI is actually like reading the review text, checking purchase history, spotting weird patterns, filtering out bot-generated stuff or biased feedback.
That's the idea. It's
Yeah.
meant to protect the integrity of that blockchain-based credibility score we talked about. A merchant hopefully can't just buy 1,000 fake 5-star reviews because the AI acts as a gatekeeper, ensuring the score reflects real customer feelings. That's, potentially huge for buyer confidence. Definitely. And the other side of the AI coin is personalization, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sources talk about these personalized AI assistants. I kind of love that idea, virtual shoppers learning your style.
Yeah, think of it like having the perfect personal stylist who knows your size, your budget, maybe even what you already own. They're designed to proactively suggest things that are genuinely relevant to you. It could turn browsing a massive global marketplace into something more like walking into a curated boutique.
That connects nicely to the other feature they mentioned, intelligent product discovery, using AI visual search.
Right. You see an outfit you like, maybe on social media, maybe just out and about. You upload a picture, and the system supposedly finds similar items or even the exact match right there in the Cardian marketplace.
Okay, that drastically shortens the journey from, ooh, I like that, to actually buying it.
Which is great, but that seamless digital purchase only works if the physical item actually arrives and arrives quickly. This is where AI shifts to the back end, to logistics.
Because if they're promising faster global delivery, standard shipping methods probably won't cut it.
Exactly. The sources confirm AI is planned to optimize their whole global shipping network. This means things like predicting demand spikes, managing inventory across different locations, optimizing delivery routes end to end, all to cut costs and hopefully hit those faster delivery promises.
The AI is like the hidden engine trying to make sure the whole digital dream doesn't become a delivery nightmare. Okay, that focus on integrated logistics brings us pretty naturally to the third element, and maybe the most ambitious one, the immersive front end, the Cardian Space Portal, or virtual mall.
Yeah, the virtual mall. This is their answer to how, frankly, boring, passive online shopping can be. E-commerce is efficient, sure, but it's not always engaging.
So the idea is hyperrealism, accessible via VR headsets.
Right. You use a personalized avatar, you browse, you explore these virtual malls. But the real kicker isn't just looking at a virtual shop. It's the supposed ability to virtually try on clothes and accessories.
Like, see how it looks on your avatar?
Exactly. They're trying to bring back some of that social tactile feeling you get in a real mall, interacting with products, seeing how they fit, but from your living room. The tech challenge there must be huge, though.
Absolutely. Integrating real-world inventory levels seamlessly with a digital twin in the metaverse? That has to work perfectly.
It does. And it's not just about, selling virtual t-shirts. The metaverse part is also positioned strategically as a great equalizer. What's really interesting is the goal, connecting huge global brands.
Like who? Did they name names?
They did. The sources mention Amazon, Nike, Adidas, Zara, eBay, connecting them with small, independent retailers all on the same platform.
Okay, how does that work? How does a small boutique compete with Nike in a virtual mall?
By giving those smaller businesses access to the whole tech package, the blockchain trust system, the AI-powered logistics, the immersive virtual storefront, Kvardin is essentially trying to democratize these really advanced global retail tools.
So a small shop owner suddenly gets the same kind of tech firepower as a giant corporation, at least within this ecosystem.
That's the concept. It potentially levels the playing field, drastically lowering the barrier to entry for sophisticated global selling for smaller players. But, and this is a big but, it brings us back to reality.
The execution challenge.
Exactly. Building a global logistics network and a realistic virtual mall and a bulletproof decentralized trust system all at once. That takes massive capital, massive user adoption.
Okay, let's shift then. Let's look at where the project actually stands right now, or at least when the sources were written. What's the market status?
According to the documents, they were in the middle of their second pre-sale stage for the KRN token. This suggests they were still in a pretty active early funding and development phase.
Was there much interest?
Seems like it. The metrics mentioned show one KRN token priced at US 0.012 during that phase. But more telling, the initial coin offering, the ICO, apparently had over 31,000 participants.
31,000. Okay, that's not insignificant. That shows the core idea of fusing these three big technologies for e-commerce really resonated with a lot of early backers.
It definitely signals significant early community buy-in. And looking ahead, institutionally, the sources state that after the public pre-sale wraps up, Kvardin plans to list KRN on several major crypto exchanges.
Which ones?
They specifically name Binance, Kraken, KuCoin, and Coinbase. Listing on those big Tier 1 exchanges usually indicates a serious project aiming for broad access and liquidity.
But I sense a but coming.
Well, yes, this is exactly where the sources rightly inject a dose of caution. This whole space is incredibly speculative. That excitement from 31,000 investors, it points to potential high reward, but also very high risk.
So do your own research is the message.
Absolutely. Potential users, potential investors, they need to understand that a compelling vision isn't the same thing as guaranteed execution, especially with something this complex.
Right. The market might love the concept, but delivering on it is the real test.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try and synthesize this. We've got this attempt at a single, unified ecosystem. You have blockchain for trust, AI for intelligence and logistics, the metaverse for immersion, all revolving around the KRN token. So what does this all mean for you, the listener, looking at where e-commerce might be heading?
It means we're watching a project with just an incredibly ambitious roadmap. It's trying to disrupt, well, 3 huge industries almost simultaneously: e-commerce, logistics, and maybe even social interaction online. Kvardin's success really hinges on hitting those roadmap milestones and getting that critical mass of both shoppers and sellers on board.
And delivering technically.
And delivering technically, which leads to, I think, a really interesting final question. Given how incredibly complex it is to launch a global delivery network and a sophisticated AI authentication system and a hyper-realistic virtual world all at roughly the same time, which technical pillar is the most critical? What do they absolutely have to nail first to even have a shot at mass adoption and actually fulfilling that massive promise? Is it the physical logistics, the AI trust layer, or getting the metaverse experience just right? That coordinated scaling, that's the ultimate challenge.